Hey guys, it's Keith here with Muletown Dyno. I've got a dirty little car secret to share with you guys. If you haven't figured it out yet from any of our other videos here, I might be a Volkswagen guy. You know, people who are my Volkswagen people, you'll understand the love-hate relationship. But what does that mean? Well, if you guys have been watching any Volkswagen videos, you might have seen the HumbleMechanic. He put out a video recently about building a $5,000 quarter-mile drag car versus the gears and gasoline guys. So, like I said, it's been a while here. We haven't put out a video due to the pandemic. Some changes happened, and we had to slow down just like the rest of the world for a minute, but we're hoping to get back rolling here. And it's like I said, the HumbleMechanic just put out 2 videos, so I'm doing this real time. I'm a little bit behind, but my goal is to give some American aspect to what they're doing, because as I'll show you in a second here, buying sub $5,000 cars has been pretty much my whole life. And it's one of the best, most fun challenges, I think, as a car enthusiast, is to buy and build something cheap and go have some fun with your friends. So if you haven't seen that video that the Gears and Gasoline and HumbleMechanic guys are putting out for their little challenge, you know, they have JDM and Euro represented, but hopefully we'll get American represented here. So as you can see, we've got some options out here in my junkyard. Volkswagen stuff, we're not going to talk about that. Maybe some die-hard fans might recognize that one. Another Volkswagen Audi product over there. But sub $5,000 car, what do you think? I mean, an obvious answer is a 4th gen F-body for a drag race, an American drag race. You know, these cars were very cheap. Probably originally stock quarter mile times would be mid 13s to high 14s, depending on, you know, if your OptiSpark worked. But anyways, that's a pretty good American option. So, of course, people who watch our other episodes here might recognize that neither of these are the Drift Camaro. That's how many 4th gen F bodies I have. So, alright, so 4th gen is the answer, right? Well, that would be too easy. I mean, we could just take a 200 shot of nitrous and go down the drag strip 1 or 2 passes and make a quick time, annihilate them probably, but what would be the fun in that? Obviously, rear wheel drive would be ideal for a drag strip. I'm not a drag racer. I've done it in the past, obviously, but I prefer to race on a track. So it's been a while since I've drag raced, but the HumbleMechanic and Gears and Gasoline guys both have 2-liter-ish 4-cylinder front-wheel drive vehicles. So what would be the fun in going out there with a completely different vehicle and have no competition? So if you've watched the channel, you probably might have guessed this, but this is what we're going to do. This is Cobalt SS that we have done a little bit of work. You'll see in this video where we swapped over our components here to make it look a little bit more like a stock Cobalt. But this is kind of the easy button, if you will, for making a pretty good amount of power very cheap. This car was $1,800 and a parts car was $300, and right out of the box when I bought this thing, put it on the dyno, and it was making 240 horsepower. Now, we are going to make some additional changes, and like I said, I've already seen the first two HumbleMechanic videos, so as of right now, at least what he's showing, we know that he's got around 250 wheel horsepower, but a DSG transmission, which is going to be a huge advantage for them, having launch control and being able to dig off the line consistently. But again, it's front wheel drive, so there's a lot of little variables there that make this a little bit more difficult. These cars specifically, if you get too sticky of a tire, you can probably snap an axle once you get up to a certain power level. So we're going to have to be careful with that. But I have obviously in the Ecomino videos have proven to you that the same engine that's in here with the turbo can do 400, maybe even 500 all day long, very easy. I don't have the sponsored budget to actually spend $5,000 in the next couple of days, unfortunately. So this is one of the projects that over the pandemic we had started. And since I'm just trying to ride the bandwagon here for this build off, I had to pick a car that I already had a little bit of work done here, and my friend Wesley, who you'll see in the video, has been really bugging me to bring this thing out to a drag strip and race him, so it just seemed right that this would be the car that we're going to do that build for. So we're going to show you coming up in the next couple videos what we've done to this thing, but we're going to increase the power a little bit more, but keeping it very reasonably within a budget, probably maybe even more like $3,000 by the time everything's said and done. And hopefully we can put down some times that will be comparable or better to those guys. Like I said, the DSG will be a pretty good advantage, and if you don't know what the DSG is, it's effectively manual transmission that automatically shifts, so they get the best of both worlds, and not a lot of gear train loss going to the wheels for power, and the shifts are basically immediate. So I don't care how fast of a shifter you are, when you're rowing gears, you're losing time on the drag strip, and you know, every half a second matters. So they're going to get some advantage there, so we're going to have definitely more than the 240 horsepower that this came with. But it's really easy to make power, so we're going to do that. We're going to lighten the car up and hopefully give you guys the American perspective to a 4-cylinder, 2-liter motor and what we can do with the drag strip. I'm behind the camera, but like I said before, this one I bought for $300. It's a manual transmission, just a skunked out beater vehicle, nothing special. And then this one here is an actual true SS that was in an accident. Somebody drank too much and hit something, and since I bought it, I just threw this extra radiator on. I had to be able to check to make sure it runs good. We did an initial dyno around 240 horsepower with the supercharger. This supercharger does already have a ZZP 2.9 pulley on it, which we've done some testing on some of our other videos about pulley swaps. Wesley, why don't you walk us around what we're gonna swap?
All right. First, we're going to start off and we're going to take the best of the worst parts off of this car. The hood, fender, front fascia, the headlights, the rear fascia. And we're going to swap them over to a true LSJ Cobalt SS.
So we've been doing some scheming here, trying to figure out what to do about this issue with the Cobalt. So with the front bumper on, since this has been impacted in the front, you can see there's a lot of damage here. This whole thing is actually pushed back into the car, and the front bumper is rubbing this tire here. So we've been trying to scheme how to fix this in a creative way without having to replace anything or do anything that would cost money or anything unfun. So since we haven't showed you any Camaro progress this episode, we're going to use the Camaro to pull out the dent, the small dent in the Cobalt.
Sounds like a plan.
This time in the Milltown Speed and Dyno Shop, we use the Camaro to fix a Cobalt. So this was all in an effort to do some structural body work on this Cobalt. I don't think we did anything.
Good enough.
I want to go down the racetrack faster than you're gonna go. That's what we got to do. We got to have a challenge here.
Well, it's gonna be an Eco Mio versus you.
Why? Why can't? Come on! I've got an Ion. You got a Cobalt.
Yeah, but it's not gonna be fair.
Why? We'll wait till you get a turbo on it.
What's fair about grudge racing?
Yeah.
You bring the best.
How would it be fair to take a
you
rear-wheel drive?
You bring the best.
A wheel-wheel drive gets a front-wheel drive. Come on.
That is hardly a rear-wheel drive car. First of all, to make Keith's point, that thing, I would not take that down the drag strip.
Then let me
The
take it.
thing is, you might have to sign a waiver at the drag strip that won't suit you.
He'll have to. No, you have to anyway. He'll have to sign a couple waivers, and definitely get your wife on board with some sort of insurance policy.
The fact that we can bounce this thing like a basketball, we could probably get it off the ground if we just try hard enough. I don't think it's going down.
So you maybe put a set of shocks on it.
No, that's so it.
Oh, weight transfer.
Yeah, guys don't know shit about drag racing.
Okay, so there's a call out here happening. I feel.
I don't feel like I want to race that right now. I'm wanting to take that first.
You want me to beat you in that and then beat you in this?
Yeah, if you beat me in that, then yeah, you ain't beat me in that.
I hope you've enjoyed this video so far. So we're getting pretty excited about this build here. Like I said, I'm doing this real time. So in 2 days, it is Thursday, and on Saturday and Sunday, we will be at Import Alliance in Nashville at the Nashville Super Speedway. So if you're in this area or coming to the area for Import Alliance, come check us out. We are the official dyno at the car show. So we will be there, and you'll have the opportunity to put your car on our dyno. It's $75 for 3 pulls, and anytime you come back to me after that, it's $50 for 3 more pulls, just like with every other customer. But we're also doing a competition, so if you have the highest or lowest horsepower per cylinder, you have a chance to win a t-shirt each day. So like I said, come on out, get some numbers, have some fun, maybe win a t-shirt. We will be showing this car off and filming to give you the new horsepower numbers for the pretty simple changes that we made. I think you guys will be impressed. So look forward to that video coming out hopefully a couple days after the Import Alliance show. And that's it, guys. We'll be